Hello everybody and welcome back to another Zoo Tycoon 2 video. This is a sped up talk over no live comm footage video for y'all today. As you know, we do the every other episode is a different either live comm or talk over and just talk about some stuff going on in the game. So you're probably wondering, looking at the screen right now, why the hell are you making a giant hole? And I have a good answer for you. We are making a huge Savannah. And this is something that I wanted to do in the zoo for a while, but I was waiting for the right time to put it in. And honestly, now is the right time. And I'm going to explain exactly why here shortly. But as you can see, I'm just making this area large on a Savannah. Much of these trees are going to go away because savannas aren't this luscious with trees. And then we have this elevated platform that I have coming out as well, which is going to allow people to, once again, be moving up onto platforms, getting their way around the zoo, and just kind of making it a bit more interesting to walk around and stuff. So there is going to be one other way to view these guys besides just the regular walkway going from the back, because this is straight up front of the zoo. It's right in front of the Arabian horse exhibit, and that's another thing that we gotta talk about as well. There's all kinds of stuff to talk about. So while this is going and trying to make a decent elevated platform, and I'm just going down and getting rid of some of these braces because they just look horrible, let's talk a little bit about some of the animals in the exhibits and some of the stuff that's been going on. So we've had a lot of animals die because we're actually into our second year here. I've been running the game for a while, just trying to stack up some money, trying to get stuff going kind of here. And we've had some animals die. The Arabian horses are down to one left. Our kangaroos have died. Our Gemsbach that we got in the previous episode is going to die in this video, which is a bit of a shame because he was my favorite. He was great. But we also had the dart frogs die, and I've yet to replace them. The whip-tailed lizards are now down to one, and there was 16 of them at one point, so that's a bit of a shame as well. The Galapagos tortoises are a pain in my ass, because they're just horrible to deal with, but it's no big deal anyway. And then the bongos all died as well, so I went and replaced them with African buffalo. That's why that area is wetland now. There's where the Gemsbach died. Rest in peace. There's now nobody in that exhibit. So let me know what animals you guys want in exhibits. I'm going to leave a poll down below with a couple of... I'm going to actually leave a couple of polls for you guys to do stuff with. One, what animals should we put in the savannah? Besides giraffes, zebras, and Thompson's gazelles, because there's a couple other animals I want to put in there. I just don't know what, so I'll have a couple of options for you guys to choose from. And then also, what animals do we want to put replacing some of these dead ones? Obviously, some iguanas maybe in the lizard exhibit would be a good thing, and then just putting the dart frogs back in I think is a good animal for that exhibit. Since it's tiny, we don't want to put something in there that the space isn't enough for them. So I like the dart frogs still. But what I've officially done is added, and this was before, it was after this episode was recorded, I have added in a new hack to our game that gets rid of the roulette wheel of animals when we're choosing our animals. It just gives us all of them right off the bat. The prices are still ridiculous for the ones that need a high zoo fame, but we're literally at 4.5 stars anyway, so it's not that big of a deal. I'm just tired of, needing a certain animal and having to sit and just play the stupid roulette machine waiting for that animal to show up. So I just installed that hack. This way we can freely choose what animals we want to put into our zoo at this point, test out certain guys, see what happens. So this is the real kicker for why I wanted to put in this savannah right now. I never really talked about why I wanted to do that. I just said that now was a good time. I want to put in a little Jeep setup going on here. And basically what this is going to do is help raise more money for our area. Our funds are about to take a big tumble by doing this project. Putting in the Jeeps, putting in this fencing, putting in the animals. We're going to be pretty low on some money here, and I want to make sure that we're still, getting enough money income-wise in order to do all kinds of cool, fancy building that we have shown that we want to do in this zoo. So I'm putting in this thing. We will put in our Skytram eventually as well, but that's less of a concern for me right now because we don't have the whole back of the zoo filled out yet. In the near future, we're going to start putting in some marine animal exhibits, and those also are a lot of money because the tanks cost a lot. So we kind of have to start stacking up funds and getting stuff going in terms of money. If you have any advice for me in terms of how to get a ridiculous amount of money in this game really fast, I would be more than happy to listen to you and hear what you have to say, because we need money and we need it soon. So here I'm just extending the path over from our Tundra exhibit, and let me tell you real quick. So these penguins are the trickiest little bastards that I have ever seen in a Zoo Tycoon 2 game. For some reason, the way that my tank walls are set up with the elevated platform, they can swim up out of the water and then onto the elevated platform just as a glitch. So I'll be getting messages, the biome's not suitable for your penguin. He'll be over in the reptile house. And I'm like, what are you doing over there, bud? And then I'll go and I'll, put him back in, and then I'll get another message that the third penguin is off in the reptile house somewhere. So I think I finally have their tanks fixed up so that they're not going to run out all the time. But it's hilarious. They'll just be walking around viewing animals with our guests here. And I have the hack on where the people don't get scared by the animals. So they're just totally chill, hanging out with a penguin, viewing some animals. It's one of the funniest things I've seen in this game in a while. But it is something else. So this is just a little bit of a queue line that I'm making for the Jeep system. I figured it might be cool to make it look realistic, have a queue line in here, and I'm just adding a little safari gate at the front here and then putting in the safari path. I like making things look as realistic as they can, and in an actual zoo, this is something that you'd have to wait a while in line for before you could get stuff going. So once again, just some decoration job. You know me, I like to put in my shrubs and my rocks all over to make stuff look nice and full in the area. I gotta go in, actually. Next video, we're gonna be doing a lot of, tidy up the house kind of stuff. Making new exhibits for the animals you guys vote for. All kinds of other little odds and endsy type things. And then we'll work on expanding the zoo more in the not live comm videos. So here I'm looking at the Maasai giraffe. I like him a lot. Let me know if you'd rather have Maasai or reticulated. It won't be a poll, but just let me know in the comments. First person to comment something, that's what we're going to go with. This penguin got stuck in the side of the tank right there, and there was also a guy in the tank as well, and I was like, what are you doing in there? So this is where I'm trying to fix up these stupid things to make these penguins, ever so slightly smarter. But man, are they some either really dumb penguins or really tricky penguins. They're those penguins from that bad TV show, Penguins of Madagascar. That's the penguins in my zoo right now. They just want to escape everywhere. So right now I'm just, putting down some food for different species of animals that we will likely have in here. The giraffes, the zebras, the Thompson's gazelles. And if you guys don't want some of those animals, just let me know and I'll not put them in either. Maybe what I'll do is I'll just do a poll that has a bunch of animals' names, and then you guys vote on which of those animals you want to see in there. And then whichever ones are voted for are the ones I put in. And if there's a ridiculous amount of votes, then whichever ones get the most votes, those will be the ones that go in. I just saw an anaconda, and I kind of want to go put it in the reptile house, so I will likely do that in the next episode as well. But just all kinds of tidying up our zoo here. The guests are as happy as can be. We have had zero complaints. At the top, it keeps on saying your guests would like a place to sit and eat, but every time I look around at people's faces and crap, nobody's upset about that, because there are tons of places for them to sit and eat. So I think it's just a weird glitch going on where it keeps on saying that and not actually there being a problem. We are going to fill in this little grass spot here with something in the near future. I started researching this Jeep just because I thought it would be cool to showcase in there. And then once again, I'm just looking at various animals that we could put into this area. We are going to go more in depth on our elevated platform as well, making it look a little bit prettier than just a straight up elevated platform. You know me, I'll end up adding a tiny roof on it, but I actually wanted this one to be kind of open as well, because you're in the savannah, you're on a safari. Let's get the place kind of open air, get the place flowing, but we still have a little bit of shade if people want to sit down in the shade, so that's kind of what I went with. Here I'm just buying a bunch of Jeeps, because I want to make sure that we have a consistent system running here. And nobody's going to go ride that yet because there's no animals for them to see. But as soon as we put in the animals in the next video, there will not be a problem here. And we will get plenty of business going into our little Jeep system here. So I'm just creating our exit out and then putting another little... Well, we're putting a donation box right there just in case. I think there's a donation box built into the thing. But if people want to make one when they come out, I figured I might as well put one there. Why not? Then here I'm just adding in some fences along the outside here, just in case people are viewing from the top, which is totally acceptable. I mean, this savannah is going to go all the way around once we get the rest of the zoo going. So I want to make sure that people can see these animals from everywhere. And that's why I want to make sure that there's a fair number of animals in here too. 2 giraffes, 2 gazelles, and 2 zebras isn't going to cut it. I'd like, 5 or 6 species of animals in this huge savannah exhibit, just because I think that'd be kind of cool. I've always loved going to zoos. I live in Cleveland, so I've been to the Cleveland Metro Park Zoo before, and their savannah, they have a bunch of different animals in one area. They have giraffes, and they have probably some gazelles as well, all in one area, and it just looks nice because it looks like they're in their natural habitat for once. And it just, I kind of like it. So we're just adding in some food and some bathrooms up here because, let's be honest, the people in Zoo Tycoon always need to pee in the most unopportune times possible. So we want to make sure that we have bathrooms scattered out throughout this entire zoo for them, as well as some food and some places to sit and eat that food since they yell at me repeatedly for that. Also adding some decoration, some music boxes so they can dance their life away. And then right here I decided to add the tunnel, which could possibly get some extra likes from the safari as well, but also something for the people to look at. And I believe the animals could also interact with it, and it will help them out too. I'm putting in our stairs here just to make these elevated paths look nicer. That's one of the better mods that I downloaded was these stairs because they just look really, really good. And then finally, we're just kind of looking around, what else can we put in? And this is where I'm going to be like, okay, I'll put in the elevated platform. I was going to not, but I decided that it was best to do so. And I'm also adding some binoculars here, just because we had researched them at one point, and I don't think we ever put any actually into our zoo. So I figured it was probably a good time for us to maybe put those in and be happy with that. But otherwise, I'm really happy with this exhibit. It just looks nice. I was going to have it be flat and then have the Jeep go through, but I almost think like the journey of the Jeep down into the savannah is kind of an interesting way to think about this. And I'm trying to maybe find a mod that can work on the sides to get rid of the ugly side, like the wall caving down like it looks right now, and instead get like rocks or something that we could put on the side of that wall. I've seen them on other Zoo Tycoon videos, but I can't seem to find them on any site. So if you have any idea where I could find those, please let me know, because those would be great in this exhibit. But overall, just, yeah. So we're getting in this elevated platform. It's not going to be the entire thing. It's just going to be this, which gives it a little bit of shade around the sides. And then we'll put in our beams of wood as support like usual, just because it's, it looks nice. Having a floating platform above you isn't exactly the most pretty thing that you could ever see. So these little posts of wood make it look a little bit nicer here. And that's basically going to do it for this episode. If you guys enjoyed, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. Make sure you check out the poll in the description down below for what animals you guys want to see in the savannah. And if there's another poll that I think about in terms of just animals that you guys want to see, then I will allow you to view that one as well. Other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.